thought I would tap in and put a little meat on the bone and comment on some of these posters I've been seeing lately, uh, related to the fact that relationships today seem to be totally chaotic and out of order. And what we're seeing online is total chaos and confusion. I just want to emphasize, having been married for 30 years and divorced for the last year now, it is not something that I want to experience again. Uh, my life is totally upended, destroyed, practically. Totally destroyed. Everything that we were building over a 20-year period. Owned my home, paid for 4 or 5 cars in the driveway. You know, comfortable, middle class, comfortable. As I have been a counselor now for 20 years, my ex-wife is a school teacher. I personally sacrificed my life to make sure that she had a better life in every way. I'm a different kind of guy. Very deep in my life. And when I say a statement like, you ain't like me, that is a true statement. But some would take that as an arrogant statement or a puffed up statistical statement. But that's not. I get into some of my factual details, but I want to concentrate on this report right now, which again, like I said, devastated, destroyed, and I'm in the rebuild now, as one would say. And it has not been easy. I will say honestly, I was homeless for about almost a year, sleeping in my car, crashing over here, crashing over there. When it stayed at my mom's, Lord put it on my heart last summer for a few months. And unfortunately, she had passed away this past February. So when the Lord put it on my heart, go be with her, and I haven't stayed with my mother in years. Since I can't even recall, probably 30 years, maybe more. Way before I was ever married or any of that. But I digress. But she passed away, rest in peace. And I was blessed to be able to spend that time with her. But that was during that period of my transition from the divorce to rebuild and get back out here, laying my foundation back down. But it's devastating. I tell anybody, do not get married. I am telling you, gentlemen, from the bottom of my heart, do not get married. You may not be as fortunate as me. I'm a professional. I have a license to be a counselor. I have a license as an insurance agent. I'm a bona fide hustler. I'm a bona fide, you understand me, entrepreneur. So I always, and being a creator, I've always been able to manifest, away from myself. And that's never going to change. As long as I have breath in my body and God gives me the ability to think, I'm going to be all right. I would say this. I am not saying this out of bitterness or anger, because I held on 5 years, 10 years, longer than I should have held on, based on the fact of my love and loyalty and my just deep devotion for the vows that were taken. And it gave me the opportunity to really dig into the psychology and mindset of women. Because, again, 30 years is nothing to laugh and sneeze at. That was serious time, a lifetime, to be with one person. And I don't want to hear that internet talk about every man cheats and this and that. I was not a cheater. I was not a cheater. I was dedicated. Not saying I didn't come up, as I just said. Most guys are not like me. I'm not going to get into my story now. I want to try to stay concentrated on this before. And the aspects of that gives me the feeling and confidence of telling men, do not get married. You can do everything you need to do with a woman without having to sign those papers. And I'm coming out telling my story because we need more African Americans to speak, African American men to speak. I'm tired of them other guys, white tees and women, trying to speak for the black man. You cannot speak for the black man, woman. Sit down and shut up. One of the major problems with you is you don't know when to shut up. You don't know what, we're not even going to go into saying you want her to be submissive. Because black women have vowed they will never be submissive to a black man. Let me repeat that. Black women have vowed they will never be submissive to a black man. Take with that what you will. I say this. It is time for us to separate ourselves from the black woman and allow her to crash and burn. This generation of women with the entitlement, the so-called standards and things that they require of a man, none of them can meet themselves. I believe myself is just foolishness and projection. Do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. They do not love men. They are stating this. I sit and watch thousands of hours of content before I come in here and give you my view and professional and expert opinion. I am able to do that because I am currently licensed in my field. I've counseled thousands of people over 20 years and an expert life skills coach. And I say again, gentlemen, do not sign that contract. Do not enter into that area. It's just devastation for a man. In the end, everything beautiful in the beginning. And I'm not going to disparage or denigrate my ex-wife because me and her still cool. I was just with her a couple days ago. We just were not able to go to the next level together and caused a lot of bitterness, and for a period of time she was trying to destroy me. But as a man, you always have to be the bigger person. So I still embrace her. I still try to help her, in certain ways, because I still feel that until she's married again, I still, have a little bit of obligation because I actually left her. She said she wasn't happy. Making that statement made not happy. Okay, boom. I let them. Simple as that. This is what men have to understand out here today. Do not accept anyone that feel like they will tolerate you and not appreciate you. This is one of the major issues that men are going through in relationships out here today. Women do not respect or appreciate men. And I can focus this just for black men, which I am in the way that I see a lot of these things. You have men being forced to be simple to stay in a marriage and stay in some relationship. I've never been there. I've been a certified street man, until I able to transition my life when God came into my life, and I made a turn. As I say, most men, most individuals are not able to do. Spent almost 20 years in the penitentiary, behind the wall, certified G, known everywhere. I've been probably to 25 prisons around this country, but I digress again. That's just giving you a little background on being a man and going through battles and being tested that I've been through. But again, as I changed my life and turned around, went back, got a little education and able to, transition away from the criminal mindset. It's not easy, nor would I ever say that it would be. I literally had to become a new man, as the word says. When you invite the Lord into your life, you will become a new creation. If you don't, you better go back and do some more studying and some more healing so that you can understand that you are a man of God. You must change. You must change. As Paul would say, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. But when I became a man, I acted as a man. And I've been standing on that. I got home in 2000. I got home. Maybe after staying out a year, me and my ex-wife moved from Illinois to Dallas. Coming to Dallas, I started off doing odd jobs and whatnot, just to keep my income coming in, and whatnot. But from that initial change and becoming a new creation, I started to feel me and her, and was able to come from the small apartment to buying a 3-bedroom home, 2-car garage on a half an acre. So these things building together and coming together as a team is the way for any black man and woman to become, I'm not going to say wealthy because I was never in that, but a middle class living. We were there doing it. But women get bored, women start getting their emotions, women get to talking about feelings and destroy everything that they, along with their partner, built up. And that is something that women are choosing to do today. But understand this, ladies. We have walked away from you now. We are giving you what you asked for. Most of the guys now have passports and are traveling around and finding more agreeable, more cooperative, more feminine women in this world. Do not think that men are going to come back on your terms. I'm one of the original, after I was divorced, really left my wife, that was about 3 years ago. The divorce was about a year or something now. I got into the internet. I didn't even know nothing about this manosphere or whatever's going on now. And I'm not a part of that. I'm just speaking from my heart, and I'm speaking from my own experience and what I've gone through and what I've been through. Women are quick to say that men don't have emotional intelligence, one of their new buzzwords, and men have more emotional intelligence than you could ever dream of. We have to live in logic. We have to live in a fact-based world. Being a counselor, I can't deal in deception. If I get into deception, I will lose my ability to make a living as a professional. So when I come in here and I speak about certain things, I'm speaking from the heart. I'm speaking from the facts. I'm speaking from what's real, not anything fake. I don't believe in authentic me, authentic you. If a woman is not able these days to elevate herself above friends, the internet, I say this, I would never even deal with a woman that has online person. I would advise any guy, if he's thinking seriously about dealing with any woman out here today, that's something that they need to let go of. If you're not on here making money, got businesses, just to chase men and get the attention and no. When you become a married couple, again, the two become one. So you're not an independent that you can just make choices and do things without the agreement with your partner. And women today feel like they be the man in the relationship. A masculine, real man is not going to tolerate that behavior and walking away. That's what you're doing. It is not something that your mind as a woman is going to understand, but you're going to feel it. I'm all in on walking away, leaving you to your own desire. But I know it is. Without a man to regulate a woman, she's going to crash. It's just a matter of time, whether it's with the excessive shopping and debt. I don't want to get into that with what my wife gave me when I came home. I was already $20-some thousand in debt that I ain't spent nothing. But over time, I cleared all the debt she had. See, these are the things men do that they don't get credit for. I've never, in 30 years, heard my own ex-wife apologize to me. Never. These are some of the things, once she started saying she wasn't happy, I started thinking all the work I put in, all the sacrifices I made, and I have no appreciation. Zero. To this day, I don't think she knows the problem and issues that she's dealing with as a person. I advised her strongly in our last conversation to go get therapy. She's a damaged woman. And that's my next topic to cover. Gentlemen, do not entertain damaged women. You cannot change it. You cannot turn a mindset around. When a woman is damaged, they will destroy everything good in their life. You will never understand it. And that's just the way it is. Since the beginning of time, Eve deceived Adam and brought sin into the world. That's why the woman has been cursed to be insufficient to the man. That's biblical. Women love to quote Bible verses. They love to pick and choose all the things that fit and benefit them, but they do bond with one man. She's gonna always be comparing and contrasting that man to these other men and these other experiences. And that's what you don't want. Because whether it be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 30 years, like me, what's in them gonna come out of it at some point. And no matter how saved you are, and how much of a man of God and righteousness and masculinity that you are, you can't change what's in that woman. And nobody on this internet can speak to me about women and women nature. After my father died, when I was a young man, 13, 14, somewhere in there, I only had a mother and 2 sisters all my life. So don't come up in my face trying to say anything about a woman nature. I know them. They're selfish beyond understanding. There's nothing that you can do about that. But you can become a manipulator. You can become a liar. And someone that uses deception to manipulate the situation, which I'm able to do, but I choose not to. I come straight laced with no chain and let my women know I've had some of the most beautiful women in the world. I mean, just a fact, you know. And at this particular point in my life, I'm not looking for a woman. If something come along somewhere down the line, I'll check into it. But I don't desire any of these 3 or 4 we have today. And when women are being deceived by the feminists that they can have it all, you cannot have it all. Nobody can have it all. And there's going to be trade-offs and compromise. And the biology, if you want to just get into that part, will beat you every time. And I even hear women now going off the subject of trying to deny the wall. You cannot beat the wall. The wall is undefeated. The wall is undefeated, baby. Understand it. Play around through your whole phase and market yourself to be a hoe for life. Once a hoe, always a hoe. You're not going to escape it. It's like a scarlet letter on you. But everywhere you go. And you might escape for a while, but the past always catch up. As they say, anything that's done in the dark is going to come to the light. It's just a matter of time. And I'll say this again. I suffered the loss of everything material I had going through what I had to go through. And I'm just now really getting comfortable enough to process it and express it in a more objective manner than I would have been able to 6 months or a year ago. Because the emotion and the anger was there at that time. But as time went by, I had to look at it like, hey, she wanted, find her happiness. I gave her that opportunity. I removed myself. But as time has went on, my rebuild is in the process now. I'm in my little place. I've been helping since I've been gone like 3 years now. 2 of the years I've been in my own place. 1 year I was out there. Because it takes some time to refocus and get your legs back up under you. And that's just a process that any man on concentrate on yourself. Focus on yourself. You become selfish. You build yourself up to the point where you can have anything you want out of it. Because, believe me, you chase the money and you cannot lose. You chase the girl, you lose every time. We are not chasing women anymore. If a woman wants a man, she has to go to that man and choose that man. That's how we're operating now. Understand how this is going. And then you won't be so delusional about what's happening right now. For the last few years, as I was trying to say, I've been speaking this same message. I want young men and men to know not to get into that contract. I have to emphasize it more as time goes by because I see the women are attempting to deceive men into coming back and joining them in that fallacy. They're just trying to trick you into giving them escape package and a rescue plan. You're not the federal government. It ain't your responsibility to offer a rescue or a bailout to these hyenas. They made the choice to put education and everything else above men and relationships. The debt. Always remember, dealing with a modern woman, you're going to be taking on that debt. And the desperation that we see today with all of these different women coming with all these different schemes to try to trick men out of their resources. It's not going to happen too much anymore. Maybe a few steps still out here, and maybe it's a rich man that just want to, use you for a while, but you're not going to get a rich man, baby. You're not going to get a rich man. I hate to bust your bubble. You don't qualify for a rich man. Do you think rich men are just out here looking for hope broke, baby mama to rescue? It's laughable if it wasn't so delusional, but I digress. I'll get back into my story a little bit later. I get so many things running in my mind, but my point is that I want men to avoid these errors that guys like me had to go through and still going through based on a woman's feelings. Understand that, man. It is devastating to have to rebuild your life. I'm 67 years old. Got to rebuild my life. Think about that. Think about that. So, as I close, I'll say again, I'll be back. This is going to be called the divorce series from the black man's perspective. So we're not getting a lot of black men speaking for themselves. Nobody can speak for us but us. That's one of the reasons I'm adamant about putting my voice out here in the arena, because there's not enough of us speaking for ourselves. And black women and us, we're not the same. We're not in league with each other. We're not in any type of cooperative with each other. I mean, is there good women out here? Yeah, there's some good women out here, no doubt. But they so hard to find, we're not looking any longer. That's why we say, if you want a man, you have to choose that man and make sure you're coming correct when you come to that man. Most men are valued, most men that know their worth, and not dealing with y'all anymore. Now, I know it hurts, because you think you're beautiful. I see thousands, I say again, before I come on this internet, I do my research. Thousands of women on here talk about you're a perfect 10. And there's no better. I mean, is this something that you need to do to try to build yourself up? Be who you are. If you know you are two, stop acting like you are better than what you are. Go find your average man. You are average at best. And you're thinking something that you're not. And men are not accepting it any longer, nor are they investing